Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and believe it or not, Activision have backed down. Now, there might be more nefarious aspects to this than what initially meets the eye, but regardless of why it's happening, it is happening. Activision is backing down from adding paid DLC into Call of Duty 2025. And you might be wondering why there's Vanguard footage here today. I figure, why not? I have no idea. I'm the worst person in the world when it comes to deleting old footage, and just look at the juxtaposition here of Vanguard, which is universally considered to be one of the worst Call of Duty games, especially of the newer era, and yet this game actually looks like a COD compared to the nonsense that we're currently seeing within Black Ops 6, so I thought it made for a good backdrop. But if you guys didn't catch my recent video, it was reported by Ghost of Hope that Activision and Treyarch were planning to lock post-launch limited time modes and events behind owning the Battle Pass. This, of course, was met with a metric ton of negative feedback and backlash from the community. Even the COD channels that normally pat Activision on the back or maybe give them a pass on their bullshit, even those channels were making videos calling Activision out because it was that bad of an idea. And then today we see this. Charlie Intel reports, update, we've been told that the rumor below of Call of Duty putting limited time modes behind the Battle Pass is false. This will not be happening for Call of Duty 2025. Now, what gets me about Charlie's update is it seems really, what's the word, forced almost, you know, like it was very quick, it was very blunt. It almost seems like whichever Activision representative reached out to Charlie very intentionally kept it short and sweet and were really careful about their wording. If the report was false right from the very beginning, if it was completely made up and it held no truth or validity whatsoever, then why not debunk it right away? The initial leak from Ghost of Hope was posted 48 hours ago, so why wait that long if the news was patently false? The feedback and criticism from the community was so overwhelmingly negative that you would think Activision PR would use that as an opportunity to buy back some community goodwill and jump on it right away and just clear up the rumors and say, no, that's not true. But they didn't. They waited 48 hours to send Charlie Intel a freaking email or something, and because of that, I think it's entirely fair to say that Activision and Treyarch did plan to go ahead with this move, but the quote-unquote leak that was put out there was more of a feeler for the community to try to gauge our reaction. A giant company like Activision that is so out of touch with their own player base definitely would have went ahead with an idea like this. To them, they're thinking to themselves, hey, more limited time modes in COD 2025, no more paid reward tracks for collaborations, and you get more value for your Battle Pass. It's nothing but a win, right? But of course, that isn't true, because no matter which way they try to spin it, they were still planning on adding paid DLC back to the Call of Duty franchise. I called it the Black Ops Pass 2.0, and it was essentially that, and rightly so. The community hated the idea, and Activision got called out on their bullshit. Even Ghost of Hope took to Twitter with his thoughts, which gives us a bit more insight to the situation. So after Charlie Intel posted that, saying that the rumor is false and everything, Ghost responded, I'm glad I was wrong from either the start or because of the backlash I saw across the board. Black Scout responds, do you think it was backtracking or just legit incorrect? It sounded a bit excessive, but also very believable because Activision, and that's damn true. To which Ghost responded, I trust who gave me the info and reported on it as such. I personally think they backtracked, and I'm with Ghost on this one 100%. Like, the Ghost of Hope has been one of the most credible leakers in the Call of Duty community for years now. Like, virtually everything this guy says comes true, and he gets his information months and months in advance. That's why it's so weird that he makes this report, and then Activision decides to wait 48 hours to then reach out to Charlie Intel to inform the community that the leak isn't true. Like, it's so freaking weird. It's so freaking sketchy. Like, Activision definitely planned this. I don't think there's any denying that whatsoever, but they of course saw all the negative feedback and backlash, and they decided, at least for right now, to not go ahead with the idea. I suppose that's the silver lining here, because while yes, Activision likely intentionally did this to gauge feedback to see how much they could get away with, the point still remains that they will not be locking limited time modes, events, or anything else behind the Battle Pass within COD 2025, so that's pretty good news. They will, however, be adding more stupid shit like this to the game, which, if you guys didn't hear, today marked the very beginning of the new Call of Duty Blaze of Glory event, complete with Seth Rogen as a game show host. And what do we do in this event, you might ask? Well, we collect Blaze Bucks off of dead enemies and use them to unlock rewards, and if we get enough of these Blaze Bucks, we unlock the highly decorated camo. Just take a moment here, ladies and gentlemen, just soak it all in, just take in this camo. It pains me to no end, man. It really does. Like, here we are, over 6 months into the Black Ops 6 life cycle, and the first animated event camo that we get is the highly decorated. Get it, guys? Highly decorated. There's even a black cell variant. Isn't that so cool? Highly decorated. Like, I hate this so much, man. Compared to what Sledgehammer Games was doing last year with their events and their camos and everything, this is downright disrespectful. I mean, it's more than disrespectful, actually. It's fucking embarrassing is what it is. Like, I boot up Call of Duty and this is what I see. This looks like some shit you would see on a mobile game. This looks like the thumbnail you would see on an advertisement for some sketchy casino app. This shit looks like one of those things your uncle would accidentally click on Facebook and now his account is hacked and he's only posting about cryptocurrency. Like, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but all this weed shit just really needs to go. I said it before, I'll say it again. Call of Duty looks like Fortnite's creepy uncle. It's a terrible look. It's a disgrace to the name of the franchise, and it belittles all of the amazing titles that came out back in the day. Like, who would have thought this is where the Call of Duty franchise would be in 2025? If we go back 13 years, back to Black Ops 2, 2025 felt like the distant future. I mean, Black Ops 2 is arguably the best Call of Duty title of all time, easily top 3 for pretty much anybody who's ever played it, and here we are in the real 2025, and this is what the Call of Duty franchise has become. Unlike in Black Ops 2, where the game was focused on innovation and organic fun through unique game design and player interaction, Call of Duty now is about using AI to create weed propaganda for kids. You aren't allowed to swear in Call of Duty, mind you. That's a 2-week comms ban right away, but AI-generated weed events hosted by Seth Rogen and animated weed camos. That's all fair game, because that's what Activision thinks is fun. That is what Activision thinks is best for the Call of Duty community, and I can honestly see why they're doing it. They're doing it because they gave up. There's no other way to put it. Like, they absolutely gave up, and they are literally just padding out the rest of Black Ops 6 with whatever nonsense their stoner employees come up with. If you think I'm exaggerating, just take a look at the Black Ops 6 Trello board. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Treyarch and Raven Software, there are currently no known issues within campaign, multiplayer, zombies, or even Warzone for that matter, despite the fact that the recent update essentially broke matchmaking and is also bringing back bugs and glitches from the COVID era games, for crying out loud. Like, how is that even possible? And despite all the negative feedback, the Reddit posts, the social media Twitter posts, the YouTube videos, everything just showing all of these problems, Treyarch has said nothing. Raven Software has said nothing. All we get is Seth Rogen cracking weed one-liners, and we're supposed to be happy with that. And I'm just gonna end off the video there. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to sub if you guys are new around here. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. And before I go, I just want to quickly show the sheer juxtaposition between the Call of Duty game that was set in 2025 as compared to what Call of Duty actually is like in the year 2025.